Hey everyone, checking in on the crypto world. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, BCH, BCH, ABC. The S&P 500 had one of the most significant bounce days I've ever seen in my life, up 5%. Those are crypto numbers, but wild time in the market. Volatility is there. Three times leveraged ETFs moving 15% a day, certainly giving us opportunity. So I continue to focus there, but keeping an eye on Bitcoin and everything as we look for daily higher lows to form. Currently forming a daily inside bar on Bitcoin. And we're in a scenario right now where how this 4-hour tightening pattern breaks is going to dictate some key information. So we have the low of the pullback, our high of the bounce, rejecting from exponential resistance, higher low just barely held. And now we're looking up at this resistance, potentially going to set a lower high unless we get a bull break. If we get a bull break, that's going to tell us daily consolidation is coming to a close, which would be very bullish. We would then need to see follow through back up to the recent high, but that would be ideal scenario. If this is as far as we consolidate on the daily time frame, big victory for the bulls. If we do not, and if we reject and break this support of 36.75, then we know further daily consolidation is coming. And again, there's a lack of support below that level, which is why the sooner the bulls can establish their clear support and shift this 4-hour momentum back in their favor, the better. The bull MACD cross would get going if we see this bull break, and there's fairly limited resistance up to 42.39 if we can clear 38.49, which is currently resistance. So that's pretty much what we're watching into tonight. That's what it boils down to, this 4-hour tightening range, and we've been within this range now for the last bunch of hours. Daily inside bar showing that tightening range. So Ethereum, daily inside bar as well, much more healthy consolidation just because we had so much more room to work with. Bull cross of the exponential moving averages, there's still support. Again, on Bitcoin, we don't have that bull cross and they are not support. We're right in the middle of them. So a significant difference in that regard. This is very healthy daily consolidation. Same thing, tightening 4-hour equilibrium is giving us the daily inside bar. 122.15 is support. And in terms of resistance, we hit a high up at 136.72, higher low 123.54, and now we're watching for the potential of a lower high compared to 136.72. Same thing, sideways channel on the 4-hour tightening range. If we break 136.72, very limited resistance to 159.51, and that would be ideal. You could even call that a bull flag on the daily time frame if that's as much consolidation as we see and the bulls are able to follow through with a bull break from here. So Ethereum holding up better. You can see Litecoin trying to hold these exponential moving averages, pulling back a lot more significantly. And again, just look at the daily candlesticks, and with this consolidation that we've seen, we've given back these 5 candlesticks on the way up. Ethereum has given back 1.5 candlesticks on the way up essentially, and Bitcoin also gave back about 5 candlesticks. So again, significant difference with Ethereum still standing out. Litecoin is not an inside pattern. It's not a tightening 4-hour equilibrium. We have the low, high of the bounce, and a lower low. So it's a lower high, lower low pattern. Anything under 31.89 is just another lower high. And we have to change this 4-hour trend for the daily higher low to be looking to be set. There's enough space on this pullback that even if the Litecoin bulls show up, I would expect a daily lower high to form compared to 36.78. We're currently about 20% away from that resistance with where we stand. So even with a bull break, we would look for a daily lower high. Ethereum, probably a lower high as well on the daily, but percentage-wise, let's see, we've got $30. So it's about roughly the same, still 20%, just visually looks different. So for everybody, I would anticipate a daily lower high, even if we do get a bull break, and just tightening things up on a longer-term perspective if that does occur. XRP USD, healthy consolidation, bull cross of the exponential moving averages, holding them on the back test. Similar to Litecoin, it had a 4-hour lower high and lower low, but as we know, when we break to a higher low and a higher high, or a lower high and a lower low, essentially when we change a trend and don't get follow through, that means zoom out and look for flags. So the fact that we saw a lower high and lower low without bear follow through, and the reason we didn't get bear follow through is because Bitcoin is still maintaining its pattern. But the reason, or I should say, when we don't get that bear follow through, we zoom out and look for the potential of a daily bull flag. Again, because of the distance, percentage-wise, I would not anticipate continuation on this bull move. Mom's calling me. BRB. So XRP with the bull break on the 4-hour. we would still look for a lower high because that's way up at 466. And again, we are currently 20% below that level. So best case scenario for the bulls is a 4-hour bull break leading to a daily lower high, most likely. And worst case is a 4-hour bear break. And that tells us we're not done consolidating on the daily time frame yet. BCH SV, inside bar on the daily time frame as well. 4-hour chart, tightening as well. Very similar correlation to what we have on Bitcoin. Higher low is 89. So 87.64 and 89 are our supports. Resistance is 98.68. And looking for a 4-hour lower high and continued tightening range into tonight. If we get the bull break here, same thing. We're far away from that resistance. And there's a lot of other resistance levels to look at. But I would be watching for a tightening range on BCH SV. This is the kind of setup where I would be patiently waiting for a daily tight range to give me a clear break. Because we had the significant bounce, significant pullback. If we bounce up and form the lower high, I would then just be waiting for this tightening range to give me a break for clarity. And BCH ACB or ABC is a little bit different. 4-hour time frame, got a little higher low and higher high, so it's not exactly the same setup. Support right now is 161. Resistance is 184.70. We're watching for the potential of a 4-hour lower high for all these names we just looked at. If we get the bull break, 211.50 is the next resistance level. And again, the daily time frame, watching for a tightening range. We got our high. We're looking for our low. We're not convinced just yet that it has formed, but it's likely that it's formed. Then we'll look for the lower high, tightening daily ranges. So my summary of this analysis is that I believe that even with bull breaks, we're going to see tightening sideways ranges for another few days, obviously pending any kind of news, big volume spike. But if we don't get that, I anticipate these daily timeframes to go fairly sideways through the weekend. So I'm in no rush to do anything at this point. Bulls looking for entries have some stop levels to use, and they can use those 4-hour higher lows. And if they break, that tells us that the daily higher low has not been set yet. So the bulls wouldn't want to be in a position if that does break. So those are the stop levels that bulls are using at this point. And bears at this point don't really like bear positions if not already in one. The only one I would like would be top fishing this 4-hour resistance and then hoping we fade back down and drop to a lower low. That's not the likely scenario to play out in my opinion, but that is the only bear setup short term that I see on this current setup. So hope you're well. Hope you do the good things. Hope you had a good holiday. That's that. I was going to share something, but it's personal. Not sharing it. But it's good. See you next time.